Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Chrisley reveals Todd's words about Julie's natural hair color. Chrisley has revealed what Todd Chrisley had to say about Julie Chrisley's natural hair color. This was a topic of discussion for everyone after she got out of federal prison. Julie was only seen once before dyeing her hair back to her normal color. However, Chase told fans what Todd thought of her hair and what he had to say. There is a lot to uncover and unfold about this situation. Keep reading to find out more about this. Julie Chrisley got out of federal prison after she was pardoned by Donald Trump. She was not seen out and about much at all. However, a picture did get posted of her, and she was rocking her natural hair color. Obviously, in prison, she could not get her hair done. So she was back to her natural brunette color with some grays thrown in. She was quick to get her hair done when she got home. She went back to her blonde hair and then started being seen in public. Fans loved her hair both ways. However, her blonde hair is all fans have ever seen her with. Chrisley has revealed what Todd Chrisley had to say about his wife's natural hair. I knew she wasn't going to keep it the same. He said, "This would be the first time in my life I've ever been with a brunette. I'm like, Mama, we've got to go back platinum blonde." Todd did not seem to mind her natural hair. However, he did have to joke with her about the situation. Fans loved Julie with her blonde and brunette hair, so she will be supported with whatever she decides to do with her hair next. It seems as though Todd may not have minded her brunette hair. However, Julie wanted to get it back to her blonde as soon as possible, and that is what she did. While Chase said she needed to go back blonde, it seems Julie wanted to do the same. Fans loved how she looked either way. However, she seems to be more confident about being in the public eye with her blonde hair. What do you think about this? Do you like her blonde hair better? Sound off in the comments below. We would love to hear your thoughts on this situation. It started with a bottle of hair dye, or rather, the absence of one. Chrisley wasn't planning on stirring the pot that morning. But as he scrolled through old family photos for a throwback post, something caught his eye. A rare snapshot of his mom, Julie, from the early 90s. No glam squad, no filters, just a soft smile, a worn denim jacket, and wait, was that auburn hair? He zoomed in. Sure enough, it wasn't the familiar blonde everyone had grown accustomed to seeing on USA Network. It was warmer, earthier, a shade of chestnut kissed by sunlight. Whoa, Chase muttered. Mom had red hair. This revelation sent him straight to the kitchen, where Todd Chrisley was in the middle of dramatically slicing cucumbers for his daily detox water. Dad, Chase said, holding up his phone like it was evidence in a court case. Why didn't you ever tell me Mom's a redhead? Todd glanced up, immediately suspicious. Excuse me. What are you talking about? Julie has always been a blonde. That woman came out of the womb with a halo of golden highlights. Chase snorted. Come on, look at this photo. This isn't blonde. Todd leaned over, his eyes narrowing. Then they widened in theatrical disbelief. Oh, my gosh. That's her real hair. I haven't seen that color since, like, 1995. From there, the story spilled out faster than sweet tea on a hot Georgia afternoon. According to Todd, the first time he met Julie, it wasn't her southern charm or her cooking that grabbed him. It was that unmistakable red undertone in her hair, like the burnt edges of fall leaves. I remember thinking, this woman is trouble. Todd confessed later in an impromptu Instagram live that Chase insisted on filming. That hair color, it was feisty. It was rebellious. It said, I bake casseroles, but I also know how to fix your truck and ruin your credit score. I was intrigued. Julie, of course, didn't find this mini viral moment quite as amusing. Todd, she said, wiping her hands on a dish towel, I was not rebellious. I just stopped dyeing it for a while. My hair naturally darkens in the winter. Todd, never one to pass up a punchline, grinned. Well, sweetheart, the winter of your hair may have been short, but it left an impression. Chase couldn't help but laugh. For a family known for glam and gloss, something about this moment felt incredibly raw and weirdly wholesome. That evening, the topic took on a life of its own. Savannah weighed in via FaceTime. Mom's a redhead. Why am I just now finding out I have half a ginger heritage? Nanny Faye chimed in from her recliner, bourbon in hand. You kids wouldn't know real color if it slapped you with a paintbrush. Julie's hair back then was real. Not this platinum from a bottle stuff. By morning, hashtag Julie Chrisley hair was trending in some strange, niche corner of the internet. Fan pages began posting side-by-sides, debating what shade it truly was: copper chestnut, mahogany ginger. Southern cinnamon even began circulating as a term, prompting Julie to roll her eyes and mutter, "Y'all need hobbies." But perhaps the most touching reaction came from Todd himself. Later that week, Chase filmed his dad alone in the study, flipping through their wedding album. Todd looked down at a younger Julie with those reddish curls tumbling over her shoulder. You know, he said softly, people always say blondes have more fun. But that red? That was the beginning of everything. For a man who often exaggerates, it was one of the rare moments where no hyperbole was needed. The family had always been bold, big personalities, thicker drama, but this was something different. It wasn't about scandal or ratings. It was about rediscovering something buried under years of routines, image-making, and touch-ups. Julie, perhaps inspired by all the fuss, or maybe just annoyed by it, eventually decided to show up to brunch a few Sundays later with her natural color restored. No salon magic, no highlights, just her. Chase nearly spit out his mimosa. Mom, you actually did it.